Inside episode 29 on Outsourcinglive, I reveal to you my automated video marketing system that I use to get traffic from YouTube. Then, inside the quick tip, I share with you an amazing WordPress theme that creates stunning sales pages that will help you sell more of your products and services online. Check it out.
Welcome to the Outsourcing Live podcast. And now, your host, Tyrone Shum.
Welcome and Happy New Year to 2012. It's really exciting to have you on call today, and there's been so many great things that have been happening. I hope you've enjoyed 2011 just as much as I've had. There's been a lot of great achievements, and yeah, there's been a lot that's been happening. Also, too, Christmas has been pretty busy, so there's been not much time to be able to hop on and do these podcasts. And this is the first week back for me for podcasting on Outsourcing Live, so I'm really excited to be back on. Just to give you a quick update, I'm really very, very happy that my wife got for me a Christmas present, which was the brand new iMac 2011 model. And man, my productivity has skyrocketed. If you can see this right in front of me right now, I'm just so happy. It's a 27-inch brand new iMac, and I've been doing so many videos, creating a lot of screencasts, and cranking out a lot of new content that I'm going to be releasing on the Outsourcing Live website. And it's more or less a gadget for me, but at the same time, I know that it's helped me improve a lot of the qualities of my videos. Even though a lot of people have told me that the quality of my videos are already very, very high quality, I'm producing even better quality now. I guess I've set the expectations and the standards now, but yeah, come over to outsourcinglive.com to have a look at those new videos that I'm getting produced, and there'll be a lot of new stuff that I'm going to be releasing every month and also every week for you to check out. Besides that, there's been also too a complete switch of my system. What we've been doing in the past in terms of the videos is that we've been producing everything in what we call high definition, which is HD. And normally, if you know what that means, it's the resolution size is 1280 by 720 pixels. Now we're actually jumping up to what we call full HD, which is 1920 by 1080. That's a very, very large size. And that's the reason why is because this iMac allows me to be able to record that. And all my videos that I record on the Canon allows me to be able to record at that resolution as well. So from now on, when you watch any of the videos on YouTube, it will be in that definition. Now, it may not make a difference for you, but some people have really big monitors and want to be able to watch it on their flat screen or plasma or whatnot. Now, if they've got Apple TV or any of the streaming TVs, they can actually watch that in full HD now. And it'll be really cool, I guess, to see myself on the TV. Not that I'm saying that I'd love to see myself, but for you, you can see everything in full HD now. And I just wanted to let you know that's what's going to be happening. And we're now switching over all our intros, outros, and also all my videos on YouTube to full HD now. So don't forget to check that out. You can always go and have a look at outsourcinglive.com/YouTube. And that's basically what's been happening in terms of our lives here and on Outsourcing Live. All right, I want to jump into today's topic, which is how to systemize your video marketing in 2012. And that's really, really cool because there's so many things I've been showing and teaching to a lot of my students, and I want to share that to you right now because a lot of them are asking me, Tyrone, how have you been able to systemize this whole process, like outsource it and get other people to do it for you whilst you just crank out like 3 or 4 videos a week or something like that? And I said to them, well, it's pretty much all a process. You just implement these systems in place and you pretty much just let your team follow this process. So I'm going to run through today and give you the reasons why, the top reasons why you need to do this for 2012 if you want to succeed on marketing your videos on YouTube and getting more and more leads to your website. This will be very, very crucial. And as my focus for this year is going to be teaching people on how to be able to market with their videos using my secret sauce, which is outsourcing, that's exactly what I'm going to be showing with you inside this podcast. And throughout this whole podcasting or future podcasts that you hear with me, I'm going to be going into a lot more details about how I do it, the journey that I follow, and also how you can take these action steps to implement it. All right, let's get into it then. Before I do jump into the nitty-gritty type of stuff, I want to share with you the reasons why you need to systemize your video marketing. And a few of the reasons I came up with, I've actually got 3 that I wrote down, is the first thing is it lets you to focus on your creating more content, which you can either produce free content, which you can post up to YouTube, or you can produce more of your own products or more of your content for your own products, which you can sell like me. And this is really powerful because one, the more content that you produce online for people, the more exposure you're going to get. I've noticed a lot more traffic, a lot more views from my site in a very short amount of time. And that's because I've got quite a number of videos, like short, sharp, straight to the point videos, which target specific keywords and specific topics on the internet. And because of that, Google's picking up all these, YouTube's picking them up, ranking them, indexing them on their searches, and then when people are searching for it, they're finding me. And a lot of people have commented on that because they're saying, how the heck have you been able to produce that many videos in such a short period of time? And it's all about getting through a system that I'm using. And that's what I will be talking about in a lot more detail very soon. But before I go into that, as I said, I'm going to explain to you why. And that's the first reason why you should do that. Second reason is it helps you to be more consistent. Now, Google loves seeing regular and updated content on your blog or on YouTube. Because YouTube's owned by Google, it's the same principle. You need to consistently put out content. And it's okay if you can't do it every day. Don't expect to be producing videos every day and putting it out there. But what you can do is to bulk produce them. So you might dedicate, say for example, a whole day to produce lots and lots of videos. You might do like 15, 20 videos in 1 or 2 day blocks. Once you've got them out, you can actually schedule them to go out maybe every 3 days, every 2 days, or if you want, every day. But the most important thing is that it helps you get more consistent and more content out there regularly because Google does pick that up. And finally as well, it does help you with your ranking. I was actually talking about this with my mastermind group just this morning when I was in there. And they asked me this question was, why do I see my site actually dropping off? And pretty much we're all discussing about that. And pretty much it just is about putting out regular content. And Google does update their index or their search engine on a daily basis. So if you're not putting out regular content and it's good quality content, Google will actually de-rank you or put you further back in the pile. So just keep that in mind. And then finally, the great thing about systemizing your video marketing, because I told you, as I shared with you, to do in bulk, it actually allows you to free up your time to do even better things and to do it better as well. And the reason why is because when you outsource this kind of stuff, which is what I'm encouraging you to do, once you finish creating these videos and get someone to edit them and also to market them for you, automatically it frees up your time to focus on other activities, which you can do more in your business, or you can have more free time to do other things. And it's amazing when that happens because you can actually think a lot more creative, or just have more time with your friends and family and do the things that you enjoy. Plus, the other people that you outsource it to, like your video editor, they can probably do a better job in producing a video for you online than you would do yourself. And I'm not saying that you can't do it yourself, but I would recommend you outsource it to someone else who's got a lot more skill set and who could probably be an expert at this instead. All right, so those are the reasons why I recommend that you do systemize your video marketing, because it really just helps you to be able to leverage a lot more time, allows you to focus on creating more content, and also helps you become more consistent with your video marketing or producing videos. Now, let's get into the nuts and bolts of things, because this is the part that I think a lot of people are interested in finding out. A lot of people have been contacting me recently asking, okay, Tyrone, some of the questions are like, how have you been able to create videos at this high quality and this performance and get it out there so quickly, like produce that much video content that it's just all over the place? And I'm like, okay, well, it's not really that hard, but it's all about a system. And I just basically plug myself into the system that I've created. Now, what is this system? Okay, first thing is we need to talk a little bit more about exactly what you need. How does this system come about and what things do you need to do to set it up? So that way you can just plug it straight in and pretty much just run and do your videos on a regular basis and then let other people do the rest. All right, the first thing you need is either a virtual assistant or video editor. Either one of these will probably suffice, but I would probably give you the first preference to get a video editor firstly to do that for you. The reason why, the video editor can do all your post-production of your videos, such as editing it, cutting it, uploading it, and then also doing all the marketing for it. So if you've trained them up well and they've got the skills to be able to market your videos for you online, then your video editor will be able to do all that and you won't need a virtual assistant. But the reason why I'm recommending a virtual assistant as well is because the virtual assistant can take over the video marketing process and also transcription service and all that kind of stuff if you have a lot of videos that you're doing. Say, for example, you're doing maybe a release of maybe one video a day. Then yes, perhaps you'll need 2 members to be able to handle that load because it's quite a lot of work there. Otherwise, if you're doing maybe once a week or twice a week, then one video editor is sufficient enough to handle all this workload. So that's the first thing you need, or the first person you need to hire is the video editor. Second things are really the technological aspect and the knowledgeable aspect. Man, I'm having a tongue twister right now, so I apologize for that. But the thing I recommend you do is have one, WordPress set up. That's the first thing. Second thing is to make sure you've got a YouTube channel set up as well. And also too, to have a separate storage account such as Libsyn, which is spelled Libsym, or the Amazon S3 storage services set up. I'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later, but those are 2 things I recommend as either storage solutions for your videos. And those are paid solutions. And the reason why I'm recommending a paid solution is because we're using this as another way to be able to store your videos and distribute it in a different network. The next item is KeepVid, which is basically a downloading service where you can download all your videos from YouTube once you've uploaded them. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Then you'll need Facebook, Twitter, and also Google+. So hopefully you've written all that down. But if you missed any of that, come over to Outsourcinglive, which is episode 29, and I'll have them all inside the show notes, which you can just pretty much click on and set up and go through those instructions to do. But basically, those are the most important, crucial aspects, which is your video editor and then all the other tools that I just mentioned. So you need to have those things set up first or in place before we can implement the system that I'm going to talk about. All right. I'm hoping that I'm not going too fast for you. If I have lost you there, feel free to come over to the blog and just ask me a question there. But those are really the key important things. And I've talked about 2 parts. First part is why you should do video marketing and systematizing it. And then secondly, I talked about what you need for video marketing. Now, the third part, which is the fun aspect I'm going to share with you, is the process that I use to be able to market all my videos. From the process where I record it online and get in front of the camera and share tips and strategies on what to do, all the way to the point where it gets out into the public where people can see it on Facebook, Twitter, Google, through my database, on my YouTube channel, all those kind of things. And those are the places where I can generate and capture more leads and traffic from. Now, for people who don't know what traffic is, if you've been listening to this podcast and you don't know what traffic is, highly recommend that you do a little bit of research. But basically, it's someone who will come and visit your site through either viewing your content, either through video, audio, or text. And that's basically traffic. And traffic is really the source or the live parts of your business that you need. Without that, you can't really quite generate and convert them into leads, nor can you convert them into buyers. So traffic is important. And that's why it's so important to look at video marketing, because marketing your videos out onto YouTube, onto different services, will really help you bring more traffic in. And this is why I'm saying automate that process, because it is a very lengthy process. If you did it all yourself, you probably won't have time to be able to focus on producing more videos and more content. And the more you can get out there, the more exposure you'll have. You might be wondering, okay, how much exposure can you get? Well, for me, on my personal channel, I've had 200,000 views on the Tyrone Shum channel. And then within the last 6 months on the Outsourcinglive channel, I've had over 40,000 views. So within that short period of time, I've generated quite a lot of traffic, a lot of views on my channels. And that's because I've just implemented this same method that I'm going to share with you right now. I know I'm keeping on the edge, which I don't want to do that, but just stay with me because I'm going to talk about it right now. All right. The first thing is when you've created a video, you want to make sure that this video is set up correctly from the side of your video editor, making sure that the video is labeled with the right keywords on your video. Because after you've created it, you can either store it as called like movie1-.mov and then upload it to YouTube. But that's actually a pitfall or a disadvantage for you, because what happens is that as soon as you rename your title of your file name, which could be like this topic would be how to systemize your video marketing, that would be what your title should be in your file name. So it could be how-to-systemize-your-video-marketing.mov. And that would be really powerful, because when you upload that, YouTube actually reads that file and then sees that keyword and then will index it that way. So that's a little tip that I recommend you do before you get your video editor to upload the videos onto your channel. Now, once you've uploaded them onto your channel and submitted to YouTube, then it's obviously very crucial for you to make sure that you market it correctly. And these are some of the key points that I'll be talking about. Key points such as making sure you have the right title, the description, and the tags, and then getting it marketed correctly. So pretty much this process, once you've got your video editor to do all this stuff, they will handle this whole process for you. You shouldn't have to manage this for them. You would only need to send them your title, your description, your tags, and then they'll add them to your YouTube channel for you and then post it onto your WordPress blog. All right, so they've uploaded it onto YouTube. The next stage is that they'll copy and paste all your titles, your descriptions, and also your tags into your YouTube video. And it's very important to put your keywords inside your title. That means that if you're talking about a particular topic and you're targeting a keyword like video marketing or online video marketing, you want to make sure that inside the title you have those keywords. And the keywords the title may say something like, how to systemize your online video marketing for 2012. Straight away, there's already those three keywords in there, online video marketing. And as soon as you put that in there, YouTube can see that. Then, after they've done the title, then you want to put in your website link, which is, for example, http:// then www.yourdomain.com. And as soon as you have that in there, the first thing is that becomes a link back to your website. And anyone who sees that in the description can automatically click on that and it'll take them straight to your website. A lot of people miss out on that and they do forget to add that on. And I highly recommend that you do. I encourage you to get your video editor to add that to the site. It's very, very important, or to your YouTube description. Once that's done, then you can cut and paste all of your description that you sent to them into that whole description area of YouTube. By doing that, what you want to do is make sure that you have between about 350 words to about 500 words or so written there. You can either write the transcript of what you've said in the video, or you can just write a little summary, but at least keep it specific and make sure you have quite a number of keywords in there, at least mention 3 or 4 times in there of what you're targeting at. And that way, when YouTube sees that, they'll start to rank it and index it for those keywords. And hopefully when people find it, it can be found on YouTube very, very quickly. Then the final part is the tags. Tags are very, very important. It basically allows you to put in all of the related keywords that you want to target for. As I said, online video marketing is exactly what I'm targeting for right now for this particular video. So I want to put those keywords in there. Video marketing might be another keyword. Another keyword might be YouTube marketing or YouTube video marketing, for example. So I'll make sure I put those keywords in there. Once you've done that, the last keywords you want to put in there are the name of your website. So in this instance, the name of my website is called Outsourcinglive. So I'll put Outsourcinglive in there as being a keyword or part of the tags. Now, the reason behind putting that in there is because when YouTube looks at those tags, they usually try to find related videos that are related to those tags. So if they see in there that you've got Outsourcinglive, what we'll do is hopefully pull up those keywords that are related to your website first and display them on the right-hand side of your video first. That way, it encourages people to stay on the site and also keep watching your videos rather than jumping over to other people's videos. And that's how I've been able to continuously encourage viewers to keep watching my videos and keep them on watching up to about 7 or 8 minutes worth of videos. Very, very powerful strategy there. So hopefully that little gem or that tip can help you with regards to marketing and getting more traffic to those videos. That's the first aspect after the video has been uploaded onto YouTube. And your video editor can handle that whole process. And what I would do next after that is to insert what we call annotations to the videos. Annotations really are just ways that visitors, viewers, or anyone sees your video can see these little captions on the screen. I don't know if you noticed, but when you're watching a video And when there's a little pop-up that comes up onto your video, you can actually click on those links or click on those pop-ups, and it'll take you to either another video, to subscribe, or do all sorts of things. And that's a thing that a lot of people don't utilize enough. So I'd recommend highly to do that. Add those annotations in there to encourage them to subscribe to your channel, to click on your channel to watch other videos. Put related videos that are related to that topic that you talk about in that video. That way it entices people to click on them and then to take action on doing other things. So annotations are very, very important, and make sure you get your video editor to insert them in. If you want to check out how my annotations look, have a look on my channel, which is at outsourcinglive.com/YouTube, and you'll see a lot of my videos have these annotations there. And more than welcome for you to model off them, because I personally have found them to be working. It's helped me increase my subscribers, get more views, and also to convert them over back to my website to subscribe. So definitely give that a shot. All right, now that's the first aspect. It may sound like a lot of work, but this is a system that your video editor does. And once you follow this process, it's actually quite systematic and quite easy to do. But that's only one aspect. The other aspect is actually get your videos out into the market in various different formats. So that way people can find them, not just only through YouTube, but also through either iTunes or via your website. And this is where this other aspect comes into play. And earlier when I was talking about the different tools that you need to get, or I recommend, like Libsyn and also Amazon S3, those are the two storage facilities that I recommend that you also set up and purchase if you can, because that will allow you to be able to store your videos on those services and then basically allow it to syndicate out to other networks such as iTunes. Now, how do you get these videos downloaded and then uploaded onto this server? What I usually do is you can either do it two ways. First way is to get your video editor to export it out into an MP4 format. That's one option. A lot of times, unfortunately, the format that our video editor exports it out is still quite a large file. It's not highly compressed and not of high speed. So what I get him to do is to actually download the MP4 format directly from YouTube. And you can either do it through this little website that I can recommend to you, which is called KeepVid, which is KeepVid.com. And all you have to do is simply type in the YouTube video address, and it'll automatically allow you to find out what formats you can download it in. And usually you can download it in a 480 size format of an MP4 file or 720 format file. Either one of those are fine. And once you've downloaded that, then your next step is to upload it onto Libsyn. Now that's the first step. You can either do it that way, or you can log into your YouTube account, and for the first two videos only, you're allowed to download the MP4 files from them, which are the original ones. And the reason why I'd recommend downloading it directly from YouTube, the MP4 format, is because YouTube has amazing compression tools that they've used to compress your videos. So that way it still retains the quality, but it allows you to be able to have the videos opened up really, really fast and shown to other people. And a lot of times people don't even notice the difference once you actually open up from YouTube. So that's why I recommend doing it that way. If you got your video editor to export it out in MP4 format, more than likely the format would be a much larger file, and also too, the quality wouldn't be as compressed as much as YouTube is. And yeah, it's just YouTube's designed it because they've got millions and millions of views every day, and they want to be able to get the quality of the videos out very, very quickly and for people to view them. So KeepVid is the way to go about doing that and download it, or directly inside the YouTube channel that you have your videos on. And you can easily follow that, and I'll make sure I put down in the show notes, as I mentioned, which is episode 29, the exact link to KeepVid, and you can check it out then. Now, once we've done that, what we'll do is upload it to either Libsyn, which is libsyn.com, and that's just a paid storage solution provider which you can pay on a monthly fee to store videos, audio, and also even transcripts or PDFs on that server. And it's basically a pay monthly fee, and allows you to be able to download unlimited amount of videos, files, and so forth. And that's the advantage I find, because, for example, in the last 3 months since we've been tracking, we've had over 25,000 downloads just from our audio, videos, and all our media content that we have there. And if I had to pay for these downloads, which you can understand, most of my videos on average, maybe 200 to 300 megs of data just for those high quality videos, it might cost me anywhere between probably a few $100s a month to be able to store that on Amazon S3. So if you're getting a lot of views like I am and a lot of downloads, LibSync was probably the best way to go. But if you're just starting out and you're more than happy to pay as you go, and you want to use a service like Amazon S3, then that's fine. But just be very, very careful when you are using Amazon S3. It's a pay-as-you-go service. And if you're downloading a lot of stuff, like you're getting a lot of people downloading your videos, and especially the big sizes, you can really be bit in the ass. Excuse the language. But honestly, I've been bitten in the ass before. So be very careful. And 1 month, I can tell you, I've had over $1,000 worth of fees just from Amazon S3 alone because I had so many people downloading my stuff. All right, well, I didn't want to delve into too much of that, but I thought I'd give you a warning and let you know you can make a choice. It's either LibSync or Amazon S3, and I think those are a very, very viable service. Now, once you've done that, then you want to be able to add these links to your WordPress blog. This is where WordPress comes into play because WordPress allows you to be able to store or embed your videos from YouTube and also allows you to be able to save your links from LibSync or Amazon S3 onto your site. And when that happens, it actually puts it into what we call a feed. WordPress automatically does that for you, but you need to be able to send this feed out to other channels such as iTunes to be able to broadcast it out there. And what I'm going to talk about now is how all this content gets syndicated out to iTunes, for example, onto our other networks, which is all part of like LibSync. You know, LibSync has like other podcasting RSS feeds, which allows you to syndicate out to other viewers and listeners out there. And if you sign up to those kind of things, man, you can get so much more traffic from them because lots of other people are listening to your content. So coming back, what I'm going to share with you right now is how I set up the system to be able to market these videos onto iTunes and also onto other podcast feeds. So as I mentioned, make sure you have a WordPress blog. And if you haven't seen what my WordPress blog looks like, hop over to outsourcinglive.com. In there, you'll see that if you click on a specific post, particularly this one, episode 29, you'll see right below the video 2 links. The first link says watch on YouTube. And that's basically just a link directly back to the YouTube video so people can watch it directly on YouTube. Second thing is on the right, it says download MP3. Now, there's a purpose behind why we have that link there. The reason behind that link is so that it syndicates out as a link to all the feeds. Now, when when WordPress reads that, it will create a specific feed which allows you to send it out to iTunes. Now, I may have lost a few of you out there. You might not even know what a feed is and how that all works. Let me explain it to you. Basically, your content can be sent out to different networks automatically, and it's what we call a feed. It's like as though we're streaming media out to the networks. Like, for example, if you're listening to MP3 from iTunes, you're listening to a feed or stream from the main server. And that's basically what we're going to be doing, is allowing for our content to be streamed out into iTunes automatically. So that's the first thing. You got to set that up. Once that link is there, automatically it'll add it to the WordPress blog post. And then from there, iTunes will be able to read that for you. And that's your next step, is you need to set up an iTunes feed. If you follow the instructions on how to be able to set one up, it's quite easy. You just go into iTunes, look for the section where it says podcast, and then find the link that says submit a podcast. Submit a podcast. There are simple instructions to follow that, and all you have to do is submit your WordPress blog feed into that. Once you've submitted that, it automatically allows you to be able to syndicate content to that channel. And that's probably how you found me. You either found me through iTunes for this podcast, and if you typed in, for example, outsourcing, I'm ranked number 1 for 3 different podcasts that we have. We've got one for Outsourcinglive TV, Outsourcing Podcast, and also the Tyre and Shum channel, which talks all about outsourcing as well. And what I do is with the videos that I have on YouTube, I syndicate them out onto iTunes. And that's where you find every single one of the videos I have on my blog sent out over to the Outsourcinglive TV iTunes feed. So if you find them, you'll see that it's all there. And I'll make sure I put some links down below as well, so that way you can check it out what I mean and how it looks like. And that, my friends, are a very, very powerful way to be able to attract a brand new audience, plus also get a lot more new traffic. And as I mentioned, if you've seen my recent annual report, I've had easily over 9,000 downloads in the last month just for my podcast. And I think a total of about 25,000. Yeah, over 25,000 downloads in the last 3 months just from podcasting on iTunes alone. So that goes to show that I've tapped into a market that prefers to listen to audio on the go, or just are happy to be able to tap into iTunes, who don't usually watch on YouTube or watch on the blog. That's my really, really strong, powerful strategy there, and how to be able to market your videos out there. Now, as I mentioned, this is a system. This is a system that you've just got to follow. And once you get your video editor to finish all those things, which is to download it from KeepVid, then upload onto Libsyn, and then syndicate it out onto iTunes, that is a system that happens automatically. And that's what I do. I'm sharing with you the strategy that I do to automatically get these out there. Now, that's one aspect, which is the iTunes. The other aspect is we submit it out to TubeMogul. TubeMogul is a free service which allows you to be able to submit all your videos to different channels, such as Yahoo TV. There's also Vimeo, Vidler, lots of different places where you can submit your video, therefore attracting a brand new audience as well from different channels. And I highly recommend trying that out as well, because if you create lots of videos and send them out to that particular service, you can also create more links back to your own videos, therefore attracting more traffic as well. All right, that's really the video and iTunes aspect of syndication. There are now the final aspects which I'm going to share with you right now, which is to do with social media. Social media is a very powerful way to be able to attract a new audience as well. And I also do this with all my posts. One, we firstly post it to Facebook as a link, and also two, as a brand new thumbnail that goes out there. So that way my audience on Facebook, so hello to all my Facebook fans, will see that, and then they'll come back to also watch the video. Same thing as my Twitter. My Twitter audience who listens to those feeds or that stream will see that as well, and then come back and have a look at it as well. And then finally, I submit it out to also Google+, which is also a social networking, very similar to Facebook, but Google's version of it. And this one is a very powerful social networking site, because Google Plus nowadays is tapping into a market that already exists, which is the Google users. So I highly recommend, if you can send out a link out to the Google Plus of your YouTube channel and also your YouTube link, you'll be able to get some more traffic from that as well. So those are the top three social media sites that I send it out to. I probably don't worry too much about the rest because those are probably not as sufficient as Facebook, or significant as Facebook, Twitter, and Google. And I highly recommend make sure that you submit them out there. That's another way to be able to gain traffic as well. Now, the last part, which is basically going through an optimization strategy. And this is something that you can either choose to implement yourself, or you can hire a services company, an SEO services company like ourselves, because we also do have an SEO services company that help clients build their links back to their websites and also back to their YouTube channel. And for example, these are some of the services that you need to do to be able to help, or in order to be able to gain your rankings for your YouTube videos to rank up on Google. E.g., like build backlinks from article directories, blog networks, getting it from forums, and also other Web 2.0 services. Basically, what we do as a SEO services company is that we just build these links, create these links on different article directories, different services that can create a new link back to your YouTube video. And when Google or YouTube sees that, they'll see that, okay, this particular video is quite popular. They're getting a lot of links. Let's rank this one up higher. And therefore, whenever someone searches for that particular keyword or for that particular topic, you'll be found. So that's the final and the last strategy that we implement after we've done everything else. And my video editor would actually send this link off to my SEO services team, and they will start building all these links back to these videos for us. And that's basically how we do it. As I said, you can either send them out to article directories yourself, do blog networks, forums, or other Web 2.0 directories. And it will take time, and I think this is something that a lot of people just would outsource, and that's the reason why I recommend, if you are interested in getting something like this, you can check out my SEO services, which is at seoserviceshq.com, and you'll be able to find out more about that anyway. And basically what we do is we help clients rank them on the first page for any of their keyword terms, and we've done that very successfully with numerous of our clients as well. So that's something that I highly recommend. If you can afford to do, definitely do. If you can't and you need to do it yourself, then that's cool. Spend a bit of time, but you will need to do this on a consistent basis and either get someone like your virtual assistants or an outsourced team to manage your SEO. All right, pretty much that is the whole process. So let me summarize what I've gone through on how to be able to systemize the video marketing. And I know I've talked quite a bit on how this whole process works. But this is what we do. I want to just share this all with you because it's really powerful content that I know that if anyone implements, I'm guaranteeing you that you'll be able to get a lot more traffic and a lot more views onto your videos and also attract a larger audience and build that up. So what we did was firstly, we set up the system, which is set up your YouTube channel. You submit and upload your video up to YouTube. Then after that, you download that video from KeepVid and then upload it to Libsyn or Amazon S3, depending on what you can afford. Once you've done that, then you want to syndicate it out onto your blog, which is basically your WordPress blog, and then get that automatically submitted to iTunes, which creates a brand new video on iTunes feed. So someone who's subscribed to your iTunes podcast or TV channel will be able to receive that automatically. Then we post it onto Facebook, then Twitter, and also Google+. Those are the social media networks that we get our original content from YouTube out there. And then finally, we start building backlinks using an SEO services company or build it yourself using your own techniques as well. So that's the whole video marketing process. And that's why I've been talking about systemizing this, because it's a step-by-step process which a video editor can do for you, or a virtual assistant who can be helping them do all the transcripts and all that kind of stuff. Now, I didn't talk a little bit about transcripts. I should mention that as well. That was that little aspect there. Letting you know that YouTube accepts transcripts. So if you do have a virtual assistant who can do transcripts for you, get her to upload it or get them to upload it onto YouTube, where YouTube will index that transcript for you as well. And that can give you that leading edge or that cutting edge to be ahead of your competition, because not enough people are doing it. And that's a major big tip that I can give for you, because it will definitely help you get found a lot faster as well on YouTube. So that's the little tip there. All right. So this is the whole overview process for systemizing your video marketing. And this is what I would recommend you do for 2012. Start this process, get it in place, and make sure that you are getting your videos out there, because YouTube is just on the beginning or the early stages of really taking off. Once it gets to a certain point, you don't want to miss out on that trend, because you want to be at the head of the trend. And for whatever market you're in on YouTube, you want to be at the beginning of it, so that way you can ride that wave and succeed in 2012 for video marketing. It's time for the Outsourcinglive Quick Tip. A tool that I've been using quite a bit, more so lately, because I've been setting up a lot of sales pages and also revamping membership sites that I have. And this tool is called Optimize. Optimize is an amazing WordPress theme which gets installed onto WordPress, and it allows you to be able to create sales pages, membership sites, launch pages, anything that you need very, very quickly and very fast. And the reason why I'm recommending this is because personally I've been using it, but also too, it will save you so much time. And it's a really, really amazing tool or amazing software which you can just implement. For anyone out there like yourself who may have WordPress that's installed, this is just basically a plug and play. You install it, and once you've installed it, you just simply follow instructions to set it up. And it's really, really powerful. I'll give you an example. If you have a look at freevideoset.com, which is my lead generation site, and that is basically a site that I encourage people to go to after they've watched the video on Outsourcinglive or any of the channels that they find me on. That is basically a sales landing page for people to be able to sign up to receive my 10 free videos and showing them on how to be able to outsource videos. Now, if you have a look at that closely, that is actually a customized sales page that has been done, or landing page that has been done using Optimize Press. And Optimize Press has standard templates. They've got about 12 standard templates, which you can play around with, change the text, change the fonts, pretty much change anything you want, and allow you to insert videos as well to create this stunning, beautiful design pages. Now, gone are days where you have to spend time getting a web developer, putting these designs together and tweaking them to the point where you're happy with. All you have to do is install Optimize Press onto WordPress, and it'll do the rest for you. And you can just implement these amazing sales pages. The great thing about Optimize Press, just to let you know as well, is that it's been designed to sell. So therefore, if you are targeting towards your market, your audience who want to buy certain products, these sales pages have been designed for them to convert and for them to make sales for you. So that's the reason why I recommend this, because I personally have used it and it's working amazingly for me. All right, so I'd recommend checking it out because it allows you to do certain things such as membership sites, products, sales pages, launch pages, anything really you need to sell. So use that there. One other thing I wanted to also let you know that I love about this is that it allows you to be able to implement or integrate videos such as YouTube videos, MP format videos, and it's a matter of just cutting and pasting the link and putting it in there, and Optimize Press will do the rest. So as you may have seen on my free video set, there is a little video there that I've just embedded, and that's pretty much just taken from YouTube, and you can do that anywhere, anytime with Optimize Press. All right, if you want to get a copy of it and to buy your own version, all you have to do is you can go to my affiliate link. This is an affiliate link that you can buy it through. And I want to thank you up front if you do decide to purchase Optimize Press through me. It's http://outsourcinglive.com/Optimize Press. Simple as that. So as I said, it's outsourcinglive.com/Optimize Press. And I'll make sure I put the link of it down in the show notes as well for you to check out. And all you have to do is just go and visit, have a look at it. And if you like it, go ahead and buy it. And it's only, I think at the moment, it's at a special price of $97. So yeah, hopefully they don't increase the price anytime soon. But while you're listening to this, it's at a special price of $97. And, you can buy it through that. Oh, I better mention as well, before you do go, if you do buy Optimize Press through my link here, I'll throw in a special bonus here for you as well. And a special bonus that I'm going to throw in as well is basically my outsourcing your video marketing series. And that's usually valued at $97. And basically that was a specific webinar I did with Dale Beaumont, who I talked and shared with his members about how to outsource your videos. So if you do buy Optimize Press through here, and as I'm talking about video marketing, this is a great complement for you. So check it out, let me know, and send us an email if you do buy it through us, and we'll send you that free pack to you, valued at $97 as well. All right, thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you inside the next podcast. Take a minute to check out our website at http://outsourcinglive.com. You'll find step-by-step how-to videos, tricks, tips, and case studies helping you to outsource your videos. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for free video course and special offers.